Jacqueline Calloway, and welcome to Brickyland's Bungalow Online. Today we are going to be crafting the Lucky Leprechaun door hanger, and I am so excited about this one. This is what it's going to look like when you're done, but first, let's go over all the supplies you should have in your kit. You should have a length of twine in white, 2 glass vials of German glass glitter, and this is gold this month. The word Lucky spelled out 2 pieces in 1/2-inch birch wood. And then, of course, the body of the upside-down leprechaun, woo, with the cauldron, the coins, and his legs sticking out of the top, with 2 little holes in the top for hanging. The other supplies that you should have, but did not come in your kit, are black paint, dark green paint, or Kelly green paint, light green paint, glue, and a couple brushes. In addition to the brushes, something that I always like to have on hand are foldable, cheap white paper plates. So, let's get started. The first step that you're going to do is clear your surface area, put down some sort of paper. I get the chart paper. I always spread it out and make myself a little surface. The first step you're going to do, take your black paint, put some out on your plate, and then paint all of the routed lines. So you're going to go and you're just going to make sure that all the routed lines are painted black. Make sure, since the feet and the cauldron are both going to be black, go ahead and paint the edges black too. While you have the black paint out, go around the feet and paint those edges. I always like to turn my little guys around and get all sides. I half-heartedly do my edges because I'm in too much of a dang rush to do them all well. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. So then go ahead and paint your cauldron. Just keep painting that. This should not take you very long. I think I've spent maybe 3 minutes painting so far, and this is the biggest step. We're painting it first with the black because we need those lines to dry for the next step when we paint over it. And I like to go all in one direction, just kind of go back over it so it's nice and clean and crisp. And then go down here and make sure that your feet are all painted. So that's what yours should look like. And you are going to put your leprechaun to the side. Leave your black paint on the table. And if you leave this out, you'll already have a brush and your paint to come back to. So, what I do now is I take more craft paper and I cover up the wet spot. That way, I have a nice, clean surface to paint my lucky sign. So, if you notice, the lucky that I have as the example, I did in rainbow. You can do yours in rainbow, but I didn't forewarn you about that for this particular video because I didn't want you to have to buy 14 bazillion different colors of paint. I just wanted to give you an example of what you could do if you wanted to veer off and be a little bit more creative than what we're going to do with this lucky. So, you take your green color and you put that out on your plate. You don't need very much. A little goes a long way. And all you do is, again, paint like a 2-year-old. You do not have to, be perfectly great with this. Just go over it and make sure you pounce it and get in all the crevices and the edges and just kind of get after it. Don't be afraid of it. It's just wood. It's just a little word. And it's going to look cute no matter what. Now, the reason why we went with the lighter green color here is because with the lighter green color, it's going to show up really nicely against the black cauldron. You just want to make sure, since this is going to go on your door, that it's nice and bright and contrasting and can be seen from like the street. It's all about curb appeal. And just like that, I'm done with the word. So, again, I'm going to leave this paint and this brush out for later just in case. So that's done. I'm going to pull off another little piece of craft paper, cover up my spot one more time. So we're going to take our cauldron, we're going to move it back over, and we're going to use a heat gun. This heat gun, I will link in the comments, is the best thing since sliced bread. I have 3 kids, so fast is important. Okay, so the next step, since I already had the green out, let's go ahead and paint that portion of the guy so we can go ahead and use the same little clump that we already have and the brush that we already have out. So all you do is paint his stockings, which are between his shoes and his pants. Paint them green. The next step is to paint his pants. I always paint those dark green. I like the dark green and the light green together in green. It's Lucky, it's Leprechaun. Dark green, put a little bit of that out on a plate. Get another brush. And again, go with the lines. Don't worry about your first coat. It's not going to be perfect. The black is going to show through. That's perfectly fine. The reason why we do the dark green now is because if you get a little bit on the coins, it's perfectly fine because you're about to cover that up with gold glitter. The only thing that's important in the coin section of the door hanger is that you keep the black lines. Don't go vertical with your brush, drag horizontally, and that way the brushes don't get down into those black little crevices. So if you go straight across like this, you won't get green over that black and it'll stay crisp. Now, a little trick. If you do get some green in that black, I always get a pencil if I've gotten a little green, and I go through and I trace it out. And see, get a little bit of that on there, wipe it off, and then go right back in there and clean it out. Okay, so for the next step, we are going to be glittering the coins and the buckles. So in order to do that, it's a little bit tricky on the coins. So I want to really show you what I do in order to make sure that I don't get glitter over the lines. On this prototype, I gobbed it on there, it didn't work. Follow the lines, do 1 coin at a time. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Get your craft glue. So what I do is I just take my brush and I just kind of scooch it to the end, and then I'm going to glitter this 1 coin. You are going to be so happy with your results. Don't set the wet brush down on your clean paper plate, because when you do that, your glitter will stick to your plate and you will not have enough. So you open your first vial of glitter, you put your leprechaun semi over the plate, and you pour. And I poured a lot. I mean, why not? You're just going to put it right back in the container. Then you shake it off. And then you just repeat the process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. Lucky 13. How appropriate. And then you fold your plate like a taco, siphon it right back in your container. Then you have it to do all over again. After you glitter your coins, which would probably going to take you, it's probably going to take you like 10 minutes or something, maybe 15 to do all your coins. Then you're going to want to do the buckle. Just be super careful to not get over the black creases or the black lines. Then you're going to go back with your craft brush and you're going to just pounce it to the ends. Just kind of get that crisp line. Then again, if you get over your lines, take your pencil and just get that glue out of that line and wipe it off. And that will give you a nice clean line of glitter. You just put the glitter on your buckle. Super cute. And then you repeat on the next side. Alright, so I know I didn't tell you to get white paint, but one thing that I thought, oh my gosh, this just has to have is like a little finger swoop, and it makes it look like a shadow. Now I'm going to try this, and you should probably try it too. But if you mess up, just know, this is what I tell myself. Remember your black paint and your black brush that you left out just in case? Well, this is a good time to use it. So if you screw this up, like I possibly could too, you can always paint over it, and then you can use your dryer to dry it. Or you can just walk away, go get a glass of wine, come back, and it'll be ready. So, I got some white paint. I am going to dip my finger, and I am just going to, no rhyme, no reason, I'm just going to do it. Okay? So just do it. Woo! That looks good! Oh my gosh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I like it a lot. Oh my god. I could be the best finger swooper on the freaking planet. So anyways, that looks great. Looks really good. I'm very proud of that. So just go for it. I think you'll be impressed with yourself. And do the little swoop. Make it, pop. So I'm drying this little finger swoop because the final step is to take your E6000 paint craft glue that I use on everything, including my children's lips. Just kidding, I don't do that. Anyways, you take your Lucky, you position it where you want it. So then you take your E6000 after you positioned it. I use my finger. My finger is the best thing for everything. And you just kind of rub it on the back on different parts of the letters. And you're going to let this sit overnight. It doesn't take overnight to dry, but it's always a nice thing to give it enough time to dry. So you just keep doing that until your whole Lucky is glued down to your cauldron. Thank you for purchasing a kit from Brookie Lynn's Bungalow online. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you next month for the next workshop. See you soon. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of an indication of how much glitter I used. Each one of these is a ½ ounce of German glass glitter. For all of the coins and both buckles, I used 1. You're gonna get 2, but just so you know how much I used, I still have maybe 1/8 of a container left over, and I didn't even open this one. I'm sending you the second one because I know from experience that people that haven't worked with the glitter in the past can overdo it. Perfectly fine. I can see how you do that because it's pretty freaking fabulous. So if you like a lot of glitter, fine. But if you're frugal with your glitter, which is also fine, you'll have a ½ ounce left for another craft project. And that is a really good thing. Thank you for joining me today. Brookie Lynn's Bungalow online workshops. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and as always, we really appreciate it if you tag and mention us online so we can see your completed creations in your own home. Mention Brookie Lynn's Bungalow or tag us at Brookie Lynn's Bungalow on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you. See you online soon.